Okay, this is my second attempt on the video. The first one was really solid. It was pretty amazing. But I lost my train of thought and I got confused. So what I wanted to talk about was discursive interpretation, but discursive interpretation about me and what I saw today takes about me and how I write. And it starts off with my opinion on vaccines, and it has some downstream commentary on my nihilism. So basically, one of my strong impulses in life is to correct wrong interpretations, wrong inferences, wrong facts. And that can cause social friction, but it's one of my stronger impulses. I see wrong stuff, I want to correct it. And in day to day life, that's fine because you don't get freaking overwhelmed with a UI that puts it in front of your face. But on Twitter, you do get that UI. You get a UI that says, here's all these things people are saying. So, you see it. And my impulse, I can't just reply to 18 people and just have 18 conversations. I mean, I can, but I'm not that crazy. So I'm going to make this video. I make this video to streamline this process. And one of the bigger ones that bug me is there's a two-part component with my nihilism and my preferred social policies. To me, these are separate, discrete categories. Because I've written extensively on it, so I'm like, how can people misinterpret me still? How can people do that when I've written on it? So, the reasoning goes, Josh doesn't believe in objective morality, yet he has opinions about how society should structure itself. Pretty suspect. Which to me, I'm like, yeah, just because I don't think my opinions are objective doesn't mean I don't have subjective feelings on how I want it to be structured. These are not inconsistent. These are not mutually exclusive. So why are you treating them mutually exclusive? And I guess I can maybe see the impulse of why they would think it is. Maybe like, why should a nihilist care? But I've written a lot on my nihilism. So I don't know why they would think that I don't have inclinations. My writing on nihilism has been so far about there's no such thing as objective social meaning, and there's no inherent meaning in life. But it doesn't mean we don't have feelings about meaning. It doesn't mean we don't have feelings about morals, right? So my go-to example is I have fun with basketball. Basketball is fun to me. There is no such thing as objective fun. You play basketball, and you're not going to go, this is objective fun. Everyone who does this is objectively having fun. And if they're not, there's something deeply wrong and sick with them. Gotta breathe. Just going really fast with my talking. So, since there's no objective meaning, there's no objective social values, they will go, yeah, that's pretty, Josh is a confused person because he thinks there's moral realism doesn't exist, but he has opinions on how people should act. And, I'll try to explain it through game theory and pragmatism because I'm like, well, these are the explanations that make sense to me. And even though it's very pragmatic when you explain it, the pragmatism is based off our feelings. It's derived from our feelings. So on paper, it sounds robotic, like game theory. I don't murder you, you don't murder me. We're both not murdered. These are outcomes that we want. I get nothing from murdering you, and you get nothing from murdering me, and we both stop it by, there's a lot of people, right? There's more than just one person, so we all agree not to murder each other, and then we all agree to have a system in place to punish murderers. This makes sense game theory-wise, because we don't want to be murdered. And that sounds robotic, but we also develop strong mechanisms that have really negative feelings about it. And there could be a lot of evolutionary reasons for that, and I don't really want to get into that. So that's generally how I explain it. But people are very uncomfortable with subjectivity. They're so uncomfortable with it that if they can't necessarily, if they don't really have the refinement to argue against my positions and why they don't like my positions, they'll kind of default to that, like a really like mental masturbation. It's really lazy. But this is not the only thing people misinterpret me on, but that was the most recent one. So instead of writing, maybe I'll write it still. Maybe I'll still write about reality tunnels, but I thought a video was better here.